Several mechanisms have been put in place by the state, one-stop centers and short-stay homes to provide institutional support to the women affected and vulnerable to violence and trafficking, are offering medical, psycho, social, legal support and vocational training. Toll-free helplines for women 181 and children 1098 are functioning in the state to ensure the safety and security of women and children. Apart from these two helplines, a separate women helpline 1091 is maintained and handled by the police department. Kavalan, meaning police in Tamil, is an SOS app developed by the Tamil Nadu police which helps people of Tamil Nadu to seek police assistance instantly in emergency situations such as physical emergencies, harassment of women, trafficking or other emergencies. Cybercrime cell is also functioning in the state which takes action on cyber crimes including cyber stalking. This government have been significant steps towards the protection of women through implementation of various legislative measures such as the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013, and the Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956. Also, this government is encouraging the Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women to redress the grievances of women actively. In Tamil Nadu Police, a wing called Crime Against Women and Children Wing has been created to tackle and combat exclusively the cases relating to crimes against women and children. This wing is headed by an additional Director General of Police at state level, and specialized units have been created in all the districts. Further, all women police stations staffed by only female police officers have been established throughout the state with the primary objective of providing a safe space for women to access police services. Crime against women is a pressing issue that demands urgent attention and comprehensive measures to address it. It is crucial for the society at large, which we are all part of, to come together and implement robust schemes and acts to create a safer environment for women. This modern cyber era has brought changes in every facet of our life, including crimes, especially against women. It has brought us to a crossroad where we need to revisit our understanding on the changing trends in crime against women and devise innovative strategies to address it. I am pretty confident that this conference hosted by the Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women would present an opportunity for all participants to strive towards a more secure and equitable future for women across the globe. This conference, no doubt, will raise awareness about global trends in crime against women and would pave the way for strengthening international collaborations on the subject under discussion. I commend the efforts taken by the Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women and its supporters, International Justice Mission, National Cyber Security Research Council, and Adventure Media for conducting this path-breaking international conference. Tackling crime against women demands our collective commitment and action. As we engage in this international conference, let us pledge to work collaboratively, sharing best practices, expertise, and resources to create a secure, more just society for all, a society free from atrocities and violence against a vulnerable population. Let the outcomes of this conference cause the desired ripple effects globally. Let us rise strong. Thank you all, and I once again wish this conference a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Srimati Geethajeevan, for sharing that with us. We now move on to the presidential address. Here, as a special invitee to share that with us, is Honorable Thiru S. Ragupathy. He serves as the Minister for Law, Courts, Prisons and prevention of corruption in Tamil Nadu. Previously represented the Pudukkottai constituency of Tamil Nadu in the 14th Lok Sabha of India, he showcases his experience at the national level. He has also done the same in the position of Minister of State in the Ministry of Environment and Forests in 2007. He holds a significant position as a member of the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly representing Thirumayam, showcasing his continuous involvement in state-level politics and governance. Shall we give a big round of applause and have Thiru S. Ragupathy take the center stage.
இன்றைய சர்வதேச கருத்தரங்கில் இன்டர்நேஷனல் கான்ஃபரன்ஸில் சீஃப் கெஸ்டாக சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக பங்கேற்றிருக்கிற எங்களுடைய திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகத்தினுடைய பொதுச் செயலாளரும் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினருமான அன்புக்குரிய சகோதரி திருமதி கனிமொழி அவர்களே, இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே பங்கேற்று சிறப்பித்திருக்கிற மாண்புமிகு சமூக நலன் மற்றும் மகளிர் உரிமைத்துறையினுடைய அமைச்சர் திருமதி கீதாஜீவன் அவர்களே, தமிழ்நாடு மாநில மகளிர் ஆணைய தலைவர் திருமதி எஸ். குமாரி அவர்களே, சோசியல் வெல்ஃபேர் அண்ட் உமன் எம்பவர்மெண்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டினுடைய பிரின்சிபல் செக்ரட்டரி மிஸ்டர் சிறு ஐஏஎஸ் அவர்களே, சீனியர் வைஸ் பிரசிடென்ட் ஆஃப் இன்டர்நேஷனல் ஜஸ்டிஸ் மிஷன் மிஸ்டர் கிளாரி வில்லிங்சன் அவர்களே, மிஸ் யூனிவர்ஸ் சிங்கப்பூர் மிஸ் பிரியங்கா அனுசியா அவர்களே, யுனைடெட் ஸ்டேட்ஸுடைய கன்சுலேட் ஜெனரல் மிஸ்டர் கிறிஸ்டோபர் அர்ஜஸ் அவர்களே, டைரக்டர் ஆஃப் நேஷனல் சைபர் செக்யூரிட்டி ரிசர்ச் கவுன்சிலுடைய டாக்டர் இ காளிராஜ் அவர்களே, மெம்பர் செக்ரட்டரி திரு அமுதவல்லி ஐஏஎஸ் அவர்களே, ஆனரபிள் மெம்பர்ஸ் அண்ட் மெம்பர் செக்ரட்டரி ஆஃப் தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டேட் கமிஷன் ஃபார் விமன் திருமதி பவானி ராஜேந்திரன், மெம்பர் உமன்ஸ் கமிஷன், other officers and staff of the Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women, delegates and officials from various international institutions and organizations, other invitees and August gathering of this function, ungal anevarukkum en vanakkam. I deem it honor to stand before you today and address the crucial topic of global trends in crime against women. Women, an integral part of society, deserve to live a life free from fear and insecurity, not only as a fundamental right but as a basic human right. Promoting social justice is the primary concern of our Dravidian model government of Tamil Nadu. The empowerment of women is the main aspect of social justice, and our government headed by our Thalapathy, Honorable Chief Minister, is committed to it. மகளிருக்காக கட்டணமில்லா பேருந்து பயணம், which means free bus travel for women and girls in the state என்பதில் துவங்கி, மகளிர் உரிமை தொகை, which means 1,000 rupees will be provided to women heads of eligible households என்பது வரை, our government have launched many welfare and innovative schemes for the social and economic development for women. Now this Mahalir Urimai Thogai concept has become a compulsory one in the election manifesto of every political party in India. And I am proud to say that our government headed by the Honorable Chief Minister Thalapathy is the pioneer for this concept. The persistent issue of crime against women demands immediate attention and collective efforts. Despite the existence of numerous laws and penalties, offences like rape, murder, dowry deaths, human trafficking, kidnapping and abductions against women are on the rise. Each and every one of these offences should be dealt with individually and collectively as a social and legal menace, so that they can be curtailed by appropriate defense and counter actions. Addressing these issues actually require a multi-pronged approach involving education, awareness, stringent laws and social transformation. In many cases, laws need to be modified to suit the present social, economic, living and political conditions. Reform measures should be included educating the public about the offences against the women, educating women about their rights under the law, training of the social workers to assist female women victims, bringing more offenders into courts, creation of women's association at local, district, state and national levels to fulfill advocacy roles, etc. Beyond this, we have to think about fighting against the crimes and offences against women in social media, internet, artificial intelligence, etc. Since these are uncovered areas of knowledge, due to scientific advancements, law needs to be updated in these areas to combat crimes against women. We are celebrating the centenary year of our former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Dr. Kalaignar. On this occasion, as the Minister of Law of this state, I want to mention two specific legislative areas in which the state of Tamil Nadu is the forerunner. Tamil Nadu is the first state under the Chief Minister of Dr. Kalaignar to give share for women in joint family compulsory property as early as in 1989, and even before the union government could bring any law in this regard. Likewise, Tamil Nadu enacted the Prohibition of Harassment of Women Act in 1998, long before the union government could bring such legislation. These are worth mentioning in this conference, since crime against women can be curtailed by socio-economic development of women in the state, supported by legislative actions. Our government is committed to guarantee enforcement of rule of law in the state so that access to justice can reach to and felt by common public. Rule of law does not allow any bias, including gender bias. Our Honorable Chief Minister ensures law and order by properly applying the rule of law, and consequently crimes and offences could be reduced to a greater extent in general and particularly against women. Government of Tamil Nadu have already constituted 22 fast-track Mahila courts in the cadre of district judges and 32 additional Mahila courts in the cadre of judicial magistrates for the exclusive trial of cases of crime against women. In addition, 16 special courts have also been constituted for exclusive trial of cases under the POCSO Act, and constitution of 4 courts are under process. A special court is functioning in Coimbatore for trial of cases under the Domestic Violence Act. Empowerment through education plays a pivotal role in preventing crimes against women. By imparting knowledge and promoting a sense of self-worth, women are better equipped to recognize their rights and stand up against any form of abuse or violence. Communities, institutions, and individuals need to collaborate in fight against the crime, creating safe spaces, offering support systems, and addressing social attitudes that perpetuate violence are steps towards a more secured future for women. Nowadays, in many forms of crimes like online and cyber crimes, we lost even the geographical limits and unable to see the face of offenders. We have to fight against these crimes collectively and international level, and no state or country could be able to take action against them individually. A recent report of the National Crime Record Bureau reveals that Delhi continues to remain the most unsafe metropolitan city for the women in India, while Chennai is ranked among the top 10 safest cities for women as per an independent study published recently. This shows the remarkable efforts taken by our Tamil Nadu Chief Minister in this bigger issue. But our aim is clear cut that our state of Tamil Nadu should be ranked to be the safest place for women as pioneer in gender equality and women's safety and empowerment. We are hopeful to achieve it in the near future. I feel very much grateful for having present here and grace this occasion. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ayya, for that beautiful word of and address. Friends, the moment we've all been waiting for. A woman whose name is associated with simplicity, and with her resolve, a few million lives change. Friends, here to share with us the address that our chief guest will lovingly deliver to us, encouraging all the future presentations that we'd like to take on for today's international conference. We now invite Honorable Ms. Kanimozhi Karunanidhi, Member of Indian Parliament, to share with us her perspective and ideologies on the global trends in crime against women. A little background as she walks towards the podium. She's an eminent Indian politician, poet and journalist. Stands as a prominent figure in the political landscape of the country. She represents the Thuthukudi constituency in Lok Sabha, former MP representing Tamil Nadu in the Rajya Sabha, active voice in advocating for the interests of her constituents and addressing key issues facing the nation. Over to you, ma'am. We welcome you to address the gathering.
Vanakkam. I would like to congratulate the government of Tamil Nadu, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu and the Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women for organizing this international conference on global trends in crime against women. You've done a great job, and it's a very, very important program that you've organized. So I congratulate you and thank you on behalf of all the women. And I'm proud to share the dais with our Honorable Minister for Law and Prisons, Mr. Ragupathy, my District Secretary and Honorable Minister for Social Welfare and Women's Empowerment, Ms. Geethajeevan, Tamil Nadu Women's Commission Chairperson A.S. Kumari, Principal Secretary, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Jatak Chiru IAS, Member Secretary, Women's Commission, Ms. Amudavalli IAS, Senior Vice President, International Justice Commission, Claire Wilkinson, our Miss Universe from Singapore, an eminent lawyer and an activist, Priyanka Anushya, the Consul General of the US Consulate, Christopher Hodges, the Consul General of Singapore, Kali Raj, Director, National Cyber Security Research Council, Ms. Bhavani Rajendran, Member, Tamil Nadu Women's Commission, and other members of the Tamil Nadu Women's Commission who are here, and dignitaries from across the world and across the countries and students who are here. It's a very proud and important moment for all of us, because in Tamil Nadu, by the Women's Commission of Tamil Nadu, we are organizing this conference which discusses about the global trends in crime against women. Tamil Nadu is a state, as the ministers and people on the dais when they spoke have clearly told us about how much the Tamil Nadu government historically has put so much of importance into women's empowerment and women's rights. One of our greatest leaders of Tamil Nadu, Tandai Periyar, he was the one I've never seen, I've never come across another greater feminist than Periyar, E.V. Ramaswamy. He said, anything which is a hurdle, anything which comes between you and your dreams, you and what you want to do and what you want to become, a woman should break every hurdle which comes across her way to achieve what she wants and what she desires. He said, love, family, any hurdle which comes in any family, which comes with whatever sugar coating, which comes with society norms, which comes in the name of religion, which comes in the name of tradition, customs, everything should be broken to achieve the equality, gender equality and empowerment of women. Today, we're still talking about global trends in crimes against women. In this century, we are still battling with what our grandmothers, our mothers battled. Our children are still battling these crimes against women, but in much more different, varied forms. As technology progresses, as technology is becoming more prevalent in society, in this world, as science progresses, sadly, crimes against women are also becoming various, and in various degrees it's increased. When you talk about medical sciences, the progress in medical sciences, today, artificial fertilization, surrogacy, all this is a progress, scientific progress. But then, trafficking women today has become, this has also become one of the reasons for trafficking women. For surrogacy, women are trafficked, they're forced to become pregnant, to become mothers, to deliver children for people who want children. To remove the eggs, young girls, young women are trafficked, are forced, are taken away from their homes, and they have to live like slaves, and many of them die. Today we talk about technology, we are very proud, but then that comes with the fear, it comes with the crimes, it comes with the violence against women. Today, journalists, women journalists who express their opinion on social media, we see how much they are targeted, how much they are harassed, and what threats they have to face. Writers, thinkers, politicians who express, and especially when it is a woman, the harassment is much more. When it is a woman, what they call as character assassination, talking about personal things, harassing them for what they are, objectivizing them, insulting them physically. So this is what every woman has to face. Our policy makers, our politicians, our women in places of power, so-called places of power, are they safe? No. They become easier targets. They become targets which actually people believe that the women who are becoming targets can be broken and removed from public space. This society, this world, still hasn't learned to tolerate women in public spaces, to tolerate women who step outside their kitchens. That's why Periyar said, take away those ladles from the hands of these women and give them books. You will start seeing changes. But then society, the world, policymakers, many governments still want to see women in the kitchen with the ladles. That is why I think the 33% women's reservation, which we've been fighting for in India, is still a dream. Every political party, nearly every political party supports it. But still, we have not been able to make sure that is implemented, is because we still do not want women in politics, in spaces of power, in public life, which these spaces have been exclusively male spaces dominated by men. And today, opening up these spaces, giving a little bit of place in these stages. I think this is one of those rare stages where you see 7 women on stage. But otherwise it is, and I suppose it's because it's a women's conference also. Otherwise it is, I think it's one of us, because we need they need a representation, and that's it. So this opening up of spaces is the problem we still face. That is the reason why so much of violence, and we've been teaching children, society has been across the globe. It can be a third world country, it can be a developing nation like India, it can be, a so-called developed nation. But still, we believe that men are here. Religion teaches us, society teaches us, traditions teach us that women have to be protected. Men are here to take care of us. Men are here to guide us. Men are here to tell us how to live. Men are here to make decisions for us. Men are here to control us. If a woman talks too much, still society's question is, don't you know to control your wife? So, this conditioning, not just to women, to men, that you can control a woman, you can decide what she wears, you can decide what she does with her career, what she thinks, how she dresses. Everything can be decided by somebody else. And if you're a man, you have that right to do it. And if she does not accept it, then you have a right to violence. Any kind of violence, psychological violence, physical violence, against these women who are prepared to break these shackles, to break these ceilings. Society has a right to control them, to put them back in their places. This is the basic, where every man and woman are taught this again and again and again by every country, by every society, by every religion. And then, from these people who've been taught and conditioned to believe this, we have our policymakers, we have our politicians, we have our police people, we have our lawmakers, we have our prosecutors. So where do you find a person who is prepared, who understands, who believes that men and women are equal? We are not talking about privileges. We are not security, respect, dignity, education, empowerment is not a privilege for women. It is not what somebody gives us. It is a basic human right which we are talking about. But society is not prepared to even understand that. One senior police officer, she's retired, when I was talking to her about family violence, she told me a very interesting story. She said, the people in the force are not sensitized, not even the women. And she spoke about a police station, a women's police station. A woman goes there to complain, and the officer there asks her, what is your problem? So she says, my husband hit me. Okay, fine, but what is the problem? she said, my husband hit me last night. I've been hurt and I've come to complain. She said, what is there to complain about that? It's your husband who hit you. This girl didn't know what to say. She said, why are you making such a big issue out of this? I was hit by my husband last night. I get hit very often. I don't make an issue. I'm sitting in the police station. Why are you breaking the family? If you come and complain against your husband, what will happen to your family? So, if a police woman who is there to protect other women does not know that she has a right to protect herself, is not aware that nobody has the right to hit her, to assault her, to be violent, and she does not have to tolerate that. We have to sensitize society. Sensitize society. Change education policy. Look at changes. Change society. Because laws are important. Laws will make a change. Laws will deter violence. But how many women actually, it was mentioned that 1 woman out of 3 women experience violence, but not even 10% of women who've been facing violence have reported violence. So, if you don't know that you have a right to report, if you don't know what your rights are, if you don't know that you have a right to dignity, to respect, to education, to human rights, I think our most important job is to educate the world, policy makers, governments, establishments, corporate houses, women, schools, education policies. Everything has to be taught to take a relook at their values and what they think is human rights. Without that, we are not going to see a change. And women have a right to make their decisions, to make their choices, to do what they please, to have dreams, to achieve their dreams, to be empowered, to be free. And nobody has the right to stop it. Thank you.
Ma'am, we ask you to be standing because we'd like to recognize the core committee that is up next. Ms. Kanimozhi, would you please honor the core committee that has put this conference together for their outstanding service to the government and to the society. Friends, can we invite Mr. Saju Thomas, the first recipient of this award. He's the Regional President of South Asia. Mr. Saju Matthew. Mr. Saju Matthew, the Regional President, South Asia, receiving an award for the outstanding service to the government and to the society. The second recipient from the National Cyber Security Research Council, Adventure Media, Dr. Kaliraj. And the third recipient for the day from Adventure Media, Jimina Jaya. friends, let us take this time to make it a photo opportunity. Can we have those on stage post for camera to remember? We also take this opportunity, friends, to release a book that is written about Tamil Nadu government initiatives to empower women. We invite Honorable Srimati Geethajeevan to pass this book, the first copy, to Mr. Pablo Cesar Rivera Martinez, National President, Latin America, and This book serves as a chronicle to bring to the forefront the various initiatives taken by our government. Titled Tamil Nadu Government Initiatives to Empower Women. The book held in hand, Penny Sakangal, is also being released today. Advocate Vanita will receive this copy from Honorable Ragupathy and Ms. Kanimozhi. Thank you, Advocate Vanita. A quick pose for the camera and we can be seated. Thank you. We will be seated. Having heard all that we have, striving to hear the unspoken words hidden behind those tears of hopelessness, let us each in our circle of influence create a refuge in our hearts and space the hope of a better tomorrow. Thank you, dignitaries, for bringing this to life through this morning's session. Let us invite MSc Bhavani Rajendran, ex-MP, Honorable Member, Tamil Nadu State Commission for Women, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Vote of thanks.
Vanakkam, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests on dais and in front of state. As we draw the curtains on this enlightening conference, international conference on emerging trends in crime against women, I want to extend our profound thanks on behalf of Tamil Nadu Women Commission for Women. Brothers and sisters, this is a very apt place to host this conference because Tamil Nadu is very popular for great poets like Bharati, Bharatidasan, and Kavimani Desi Vinayakan Pillai, and leaders like Thandai Periyar and former Chief Minister திரு கருணாநிதி, திரு கலைஞர். Gentlemen and ladies, poet Bharati said, and I quote, மங்கையராய் பிறப்பதற்கு மாதர்தம்மை இழிவு செய்யும் மடமையை கொளுத்துவோம், மாதர்தம்மை இழிவு செய்யும் மடமையை கொளுத்துவோம், which means shaming women is foolishness and it should be eradicated and burned completely. Great leaders like Thandai Periyar and our Kalaignar, through their principles, preachings and deeds, have saved Tamil women from social stigma. In their lineage, our Honorable Chief Minister, Thiru M.K. Stalin, continues to execute policies to uplift the women in Tamil Nadu. In the following their paths, our beloved and courageous line, Mrs. Kanimozhi MP, always stood for social justice for women and underprivileged. We should give special thanks to her for being a catalyst of change. And now, in this pride moment, I want to thank the Honorable Minister of Law, Mr. Ragupathy, our dear brother, Minister of Law, Prison and Anti-Corruption, and Mrs. Geethajeevan, Minister of Social Welfare and Empowerment of Women. And now I should want to thank the esteemed guests from all over the world, Clary Williamson, Ms. Priyanka, Mr. Christopher, Kale Raj, and also respectful IAS officers, Chiru IAS and Mrs. Amudavalli IAS, and she is Member Secretary for Tamil Nadu Women Commission. And I should thank her specially for inviting me to deliver this vote of thanks. I should deliver my happy thanks to our Honorable Chairperson, Mrs. Kumari Vijaykumar, for her hard work, and also our beloved members, Mrs. Varalakshmi Madhusudanan MLA and Mrs. Sivama Sundari MLA and Dr. Malavi Narayanasamy, Mrs. Seethabadi ex-MLA, Mrs. Rani ex-MLA and Mrs. Geetha, Vice Secretary in the party, for their deeds and efforts in eradicating crimes against women and female children in the respective areas. Let us take forward this moment and implementing all the knowledge gained here and forging collaboration that transcends border. Now we should stand together. Our collective dedication only will bring upliftment for women all over the world, and the collective dedication is pivotal to make meaningful strides. Now let me conclude my vote of thanks with Bharatdasan words. பெண்மை வாழ்க என்று கூத்திடுவோமடா, பெண்மை வெல்க என்று கூத்திடுவோமடா, பெண் அறத்தினை ஆண் மக்கள் வீரம்தான் பேணுமாயின் பிறகொடு தாழ்வில்லை. That means womanhood is to be prized, womanhood should succeed, and it's a progressive in life when men should never let down the glory of women. Thank you very much.
On that beautiful note, we bring this morning's session to a close. Friends, we thank those on the dais for gracing us and inspiring us with all the words that were spoken. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Friends, we will take a short break. This is a time-sensitive conference. It is 11:30 now. We will continue with our session today.
பிரேம் இல்லைன்னா உடனே வெளியே போலாம். இங்கேதான் டேபிள் போட்டோம்னா ஜகா ஓரம் போயிடு ஜகா கரெக்டா கொடுங்க ஒண்ணும் பண்ணு வாடா மைக் போடுறீங்களா பெற்றாதவங்க ஸ்டேஜ் நிற்க சொல்லிடலாம்ப்பா நிற்க வச்சா அழகாக இங்கே எடுத்துக்கலாம்ப்பா வேணாம் அவ்வளோ தூரம் அதுதான் சொல்றேன் ஸ்டேஜ் மேலே ரெண்டா மைக் முடியாது கரெக்டாக இருக்கும்பா அவங்க ஸ்டேஜ் மேலே நின்ட்டாங்க வெளியாக இருக்கும் ஸ்டேஜுக்கு பிள்ளை ஸ்டேஜ் மேலே மேலே பிள்ளைவா தெரியும் பா என்னப்பா யாரா மைக்க பிடிங்கப்பா தந்தி டிவி ஹீரோ வாங்குறாப்புல டவுன் பண்றாரு இதுக்கு மேலே டவுன் பண்ண